Here's a look at your daily market report on this Tuesday, the 28th day of January. Larger than expected runs at most of the auction barns yesterday. We'll get to those here shortly, but first we'll take a look at what's expected at the auction barns around the state today. Lawley Brothers Livestock Market in Macon, they're expecting to have about 1,600 head on the early listings. Kingsville Livestock Auction, their early listings show over 4,000 head today. F&T Livestock Market in Palmyra expecting about 1,700 head. It's an off-schedule week for Unionville, nothing there. Then Ozarks Regional Stockyards in West Plains, they had 2,500 head in overnight, so they're expecting at least 3,500 head by the time the sale's done today. Taking a look at yesterday, Tina Livestock Market on Monday, they ended up with 2,631 head. The steers and heifers there were called $5 to $25 higher. A few stick-out sales included 27 head of 505-pound steers at $390, a full load of 609-pound steers at $339.75. Then we had 19 head of 700-pound steers, bring $303.50. Several of the barns once again seeing a few of those top lots of light 7-weights passing that $3 a pound mark again. Callaway Livestock Center, they had 4,039 head. Their market there gained back all of last week's losses and then some. Feeder steers and heifers called anywhere from $5 to $10 higher, some spots up to $15 higher, and then some of the very lightweight, featherweight heifers, they were called $20 to $30 higher, some spots all the way up to $40 higher on some of those 4 to 450-pound heifers. A few stick-out sales at Callaway included a pot load of steers, 798 pounds, 285 and a quarter. Pot load of 829-pound steers, 279.75. Had 120 head of steers, 904 pounds, 266.60. And then we had 38 head of 509-pound heifers that sold at $351. Joplin Regional Stockyards on Monday, when all was said and done, they ended up with more than expected as well, 13,864 head. The steers, $2 to $10 higher. Heifers sold 2 to 10 higher as well, except for some very lightweight heifers under 450 pounds. A little bit of a lighter test on those weights this week, $4 to $8 lower. We knew sooner or later it would happen. We've seen it in some of the other states, but nowhere in Missouri so far. But yesterday at Joplin Regional Stockyards, we did have some cattle break the $5 a pound mark. Granted, it was just a very small package of very featherweight 349-pound steers, but all the same, that totals up to over $1,700 on some light 3-weight calves that have a long time to go before they'll be finished. Taking a look at the way some of the other cattle in Joplin sold, the 4 to 500-pound steers at $380 to $440, 5 to 6 weights at $319 to $395. Some fancy 523-pound steers at $403. 6 to 7 weights at $285 to $341. 7 to 8 weights at $267 to $289. 8 to 9 weights at $260 to $278. 900 to 1,000-pound steers at $248 to $264. The feeder heifers, 4 to 5 weights at $315 to $380. 5 to 6 weights at $280 to $350. 6 to 7 weights at $264 to $297. 7 to 8 weight heifers brought $244 to $269. 8 to 9 weights at $230 to $246. Box beef cutout values, they're higher this morning. Choice up $2.46 at $332.54. Select is up $2.36 at $322.91. Those values based on 86 loads of cuts, trimmings, and grinds. That Choice Select spread setting at $9.63. Negotiated feedlot trades so far for the week, basically untested in all the feeding regions. Confirmed sales total for the week under 500 head. Not really enough to test the market anywhere. Those scattered sales been anywhere from 203 up to 215, but again, very light trade so far this week. Last week, the weighted average price on all the live sales over 82,000 head, $208.90. Dress sales at $329.89. Taking a look at the futures markets this morning, live cattle, February up 307, 208.75. April up 367 at 207.50. January feeder cattle at $280.60. That's up 87. March is up $2.70 at $277.95. Lean hogs for February up 77 at 83.82. April's up $1.02 at 90.90. On the Board of Trade, corn contracts 5 to 6 higher at midday. March at 487 3/4. May at 498. March soybeans fractionally lower, 1044 1/4. All the rest of contracts fractionally to 2 cents higher. May 1058 3/4. Wheat contracts are 10 to 12 higher. March at 547 1/2. May at 561. Soybean meal for March up 90 cents a ton, $301.70. Soybean oil for March down 8 cents a hundredweight at $44.92. With the Missouri Department of Agriculture, that's your farm news. This is Tony Hancock.